Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So wonderful to see you this morning. Today, as we celebrate Pride, LGBTQ Pride, I invite us to rise. Let's sing. How about Guide My Feet? Here we go. Yeah. Guide my feet while I run this race. Guide my feet while I run this race. Guide my feet while I run this race. For I don't want to run this race in vain, race in vain. Hold my hand, hold my hand while I run this race. Yeah. Hold my hand while I run this race. Hey, hold my hand while I run this race. For I don't want to run this race in vain, race in. Stand by me, stand by me while I run this race. Stand by me while I run this race. Stand by me while I run this race. For I don't want to run this race in vain, race in vain. So my heart while I run this race. Search my heart, search my heart while I run this race. Hey, search my heart while I run this race. For I don't want to run this race in vain, race in vain. Woo! Yeah! Love it. How about we're a gentle, angry people, are we not?
Yes.
Yeah. We are a gentle, angry people, and we are singing, singing by our lives. We are a gentle, angry people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a justice-seeking people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a justice-seeking people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are young and old together. We are young and old together, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are young and old together, and we are singing, singing for our lives. Land of many colors, our land of many colors, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a land of many colors, and we are singing, singing for our. We are queer and straight together. We are queer and straight together, and we are singing, singing for our lives. are a gentle, loving people. We are a gentle, loving people. And we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a gentle, loving people. And we are singing, singing for our lives.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Namaqua Unitarian Universalist Congregation. We are glad you are here. My name is AnnMarie Kajencki. My pronouns are she, her, and I am your worship associate for today, along with Pedro. This is a come as you are congregation, and you are welcome here just as you are. I want to extend a special welcome to any visitors. We would love to stay connected, so please sign up for our communications at the main entrance. Here at Namaqua UU, we foster a beloved community that celebrates diversity, strives for peace and justice, acts mindfully for the good of the planet, and inspires spiritual growth through a free and loving search for truth and meaning. We honor the ground we walk upon and acknowledge this land as the traditional and ancestral homeland of the Arapaho, Cheyenne, Ute, and Lakota nations and peoples. We recognize and honor the indigenous peoples as original stewards of this land and vow to reconcile the deep wounds that still shape our world today. This week, Wednesday, June 18th, from 6:30 to 8 p.m., ukulele lessons and community fun, exclamation point. And on Friday, June 20th, from 6 to 8 p.m., small group ministry potluck and celebration, both events in Parker Hall. Next Sunday, June 22nd, beginning at 10 a.m., join Mim Neal and Kathy Hartman as they present Freedom to Imagine Our World. As Timothy Snyder states, quote, "Freedom is not just an absence of evil, but a presence of good," end quote. This Friday, June 20th, is the Gay Pride event at McGaffrey Park, and our congregation has a table there. We still need some peopling for the 6 to 8 shift, so if you would like to volunteer for that, it's this Friday, June 20th. Please speak to Sue Matthews. Also, if you haven't yet filled out a farewell thank you card for Ryan, they are at the rear of this, or out there at the entrance of the church, and there's still time to fill one out. After the service today, please join us for coffee and snacks and stimulating conversation next door in Parker Hall. If you have a brief personal joy or sorrow you would like to share in today's service but don't want to come to the mic, please write it down on the form to be collected by the ushers during the offering. We thank all who are involved in today's service. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Dana Lightsey, and I use she, her pronouns.
I'm Pedro Lopez. I use he, him.
AnnMarie, she, her.
We have some opening words for you today, and your response is, "May we live the spirit of pride." With gratitude for the freedom to be our true, authentic selves, may we live the spirit of pride.
With the courage that comes from challenging fear, may we live the spirit of pride.
With sorrow for those who could not be here with us today and in honor of those who died of AIDS or who lost their lives,
May
we live the spirit of pride. With grief for those whose pain was unbearable and who left us too soon, may we live the spirit of pride.
Looking ahead to the justice still withheld, may we
May
live
we
the
live
spirit
the
of pride.
spirit of pride.
with the confidence that a sense of community banishes isolation and loneliness.
May we live the spirit of pride. With a rainbow flag flying high,
A sense of beloved community among us,
And the joy that comes from making new connections.
may we live the spirit of pride. And I invite us to say together, through our spirit of pride, our affirmation. Love is the spirit of this congregation, and service its call. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Hi, I know you. Do I know you? What's your name?
My name is Genevieve, but they call me Ginny for short.
Oh, pleased to meet you, Mark.
No, my name is Genevieve, Ginny for short.
Well, yeah, but that's too long of a name. It's just too confusing. You look like somebody named Mark, so I'm just going to call you Mark.
So it's too confusing to address me by my name?
Oh, man. I just remembered our Unitarian Universalist values, where we declare that every person is inherently worthy and has the right to flourish with dignity, love, and compassion. I guess I wasn't respecting your worth and your right to flourish just as you are. I am sorry. So, tell me, Ginny, could you please share your pronouns with me so I can respect your worth and dignity by getting those right too?
Yes. Thank you for understanding. I knew this place was a place where I belong. My pronouns are they, them.
Wonderful. Wonderful, Ginny. So you and I invite everybody here to greet everyone around us and share our pronouns and respect each other by sharing and using our pronouns. Please greet each other. Okay.
That was good. That was good.
Morning, Pat.
Pedro, I will greet you.
Well, I have a fun story. If anyone, yay, Alice! Thanks for joining me. Oh, so good to see you. Thank you. Anyone else want to join us up here for a story? You can be of any age, I promise. You just have to think of yourself as a child. Well, this happens to be a banned book, so I'm quite proud and happy to read it to you today. I'm going to sit down here with Alice. Okay, I don't know if you know this book. Okay, pretty colors though. So it feels good to be yourself. What do you think? Is that true? Yeah, a book about gender identity. So this is Ruthie. And she is a transgender girl. That means when she was born, everyone thought she was a boy until she grew a little bit older, old enough to tell everyone that she's actually a girl. Girl is Ruthie's gender identity. Okay. And this is Ruthie's brother, Xavier. I don't know, you want to live with this guy? I don't know, he looks pretty crazy, huh? Xavier is a cisgender boy. That means when Xavier was born, everyone thought he was a boy, and he grew older, and when he grew older, it turned out everybody was right. He is a boy. Boy is Xavier's gender identity. There are so many different ways to be a boy or a girl, too many to fit into this book. But not everyone feels like either a boy or a girl. Non-binary is a helpful word that can describe a kid who doesn't feel exactly like a boy or a girl. This is Ruthie's friend, Alex. Alex is both a boy and a girl. And when Alex was born, everyone thought Alex was a girl. But Alex is both boy and girl. This is Alex's gender identity. Okay. Oops, I skipped a page. This is Alex's friend, JJ. JJ is neither a boy nor a girl. Ever since JJ was very little, they never felt exactly like a boy or a girl. They just felt like themselves. And this is JJ's gender identity. Alex and JJ are both non-binary. Just like there are many different ways to be a boy or a girl, there are many different ways to be non-binary. Too many to fit into this book. We'd be here all day. Some kids feel like girls, and some kids feel like boys. Some kids feel a little bit of both, part boy, part girl. Some kids don't feel exactly like a boy or a girl, and they feel neither. So some kids feel that their gender identity isn't always the same. It's often changing. And even with all these possible ways to be, some kids don't feel any of the words they know fit them exactly right. There are never-ending number of ways to be yourself in the world. Whether you feel like a boy or a girl, or both, or neither, or if you describe yourself another way, that is your gender identity. Your gender identity might match what people thought you were when you were born, or it might not. See, when you were born, do you remember when you were born? You do? Wow, I'm amazed. When you were born, you couldn't tell people who you were or how you felt, because you couldn't talk yet, right? And they looked at you and made a guess. Maybe they got it right, or maybe they got it wrong. What a baby's body looks like when they're born can be a clue, to what the baby's gender will be, but not always. When people guess wrong, it's okay to let them know. And Ruthie was 5 years old when she told her parents, "I know you think I'm a boy, but really I feel like a girl." Oops, Ruthie was a girl all along. They just didn't know it at first. And when people guess right, it's also okay to let them know. So when Xavier was 3.5, when he told his family, "I'm a boy, I like being a boy." See his sister plugging her ears? Yeah. You might feel like a boy, you might feel like a girl, you might feel like both boy or girl, or neither. You might feel like your gender changes from day to day or from year to year. You might feel like none of these words describe you perfectly. You might not be sure yet. Maybe you're still figuring it out. Your feelings about your gender are real. So listen to your heart. You know, that ticker inside. No matter what your gender identity is, you are okay exactly the way you are. And you are loved by many, many people, including everybody in this room, in case you're wondering. So it feels good to be yourself, don't you think? Yeah, it does. And may you continue being your beautiful self. Thank you, Alice. We're going to sing you out, okay? Okay. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Great.
Dear friends, June is Pride Month, and time for reflection, authenticity, and acceptance. Both were difficult for me in a conservative town in the western U.S. and a family with conservative values. Over time, I realized I would never fit in. I always saw things differently than expected. This is dangerous in places where conformity is expected. Things are suppressed, like in junior high when I wanted to kiss a friend's brother. I knew then I was in danger. Despite the fact I would crush on young women as well, I knew there's no place for me. I did not understand what was happening. There was no language to describe it in English. Things were supposed to be straightforward, and any deviation was considered weakness or evil. Over time, a few categories appeared, but they didn't seem to apply. Straight, gay, lesbian, take your pick. Also, men were supposed to be ready for sex at the drop of a hat, but I found I needed more, a connection. Otherwise, there would only be indifference. Over time, the concept of a spectrum appeared to me. Kinsey, in his groundbreaking work in the 50s, saw sexuality as a spectrum, though he used 6 categories so as not to confuse people. Starting the conversation for him was hard enough. So I began to understand that I could be attracted to others on a spectrum. It took some time to understand and realize that, for me, gender does not exist. I'm attracted to people who I can connect with. The need to have connection is what is called the asexual spectrum, and which describes people with their varying needs and desires. Then I realized things were not necessarily fixed. You're supposed to be born a certain way, but some of us fluctuate over time, over our lifetimes, or even cycle. But in my personal studies, few people report 100% exclusive attraction. I've had a lot of work out, and I realize there's many nuances to me. This is not considered normal, but as a friend once stated, normal is a setting on a washer. I came to understand and accept myself and become my true self. Inner conflicts subsided, and I was much happier. There are many others on this journey. They are discovering their true self and learning self-acceptance. They might want to come out and talk to you about it. The best thing to do is to listen and accept their feelings as valid. Remember, they are talking to you because they care about you. You are important to them, and they trust you. So I light this chalice in the spirit of authenticity and acceptance.
Thank you, Pedro. We're going to take our morning offering now, and every time, as you may know, we take an offering, we share a part of our offering with a local nonprofit. And this month, we are giving our share to the Loveland Community Kitchen, which provides food for people who are hungry, conversation for people who are lonely, rest for people who are struggling, and a voice for people in need. Namakwa Unitarian Universalist volunteers, many of you have volunteered. Let's see those hands again. How many of you have volunteered at the kitchen? See? Amazing. Thank you for volunteering. If you too would like to volunteer, just see Sue Matthews. We go every first Friday. Raise your hand, Sue. Yeah, there we go. Just talk to Sue. Thank you. And enjoy one last time our beautiful offering by Ryan.
Ryan, that was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. I identify as lesbian and queer. I have been lesbian and queer for 71 years and 9 months, counting time in the womb. I came out of the closet when I was 19, never to return. For 37 years, I worked in higher education. Throughout my career, I was always the faculty advisor for the Rainbow Club. Managed to establish neutral gender restrooms across campus. I was also the token queer on the Embracing Diversity Committee. For the community, I was one of the handful of people responsible for putting on Gay Pride every summer. I got local businesses to post safe space placards in their front windows. I attended and helped put on workshops and conferences. I marched, I spoke, I educated, I listened, I comforted. I have been an advocate for LGBTQIA2S+ rights for the past 51 years. I like to think I made a difference, but I also know that my efforts and others' decades-long efforts are being erased. Pretty soon, if not already, no more marriage equality, no more protection for students from discrimination in schools and universities for sexual orientation and gender identity. There will be, and already is, reclassifying sex as a fixed biological fact, thus erasing legal recognition of gender identity as a valid and protected status, targeting the trans and non-binary community, undermining the rights of transgender individuals, and opening doors for further discrimination for those who don't fit into the gender binary. The economic welfare of LGBTQ+ individuals will be targeted. Also note the changes to military policies and transgender rights. There'll be no more protections in adoption and foster care, and there will be erosion of LGBTQ+ data, collective, and rights. Since 1998, the Trevor Project, founded in 1998, remains the leading suicide prevention and crisis intervention nonprofit organization for LGBTQ+ people, young people, who are at a higher risk of suicide because of the way in which they are mistreated and stigmatized in society. The following numbers are provided by the Trevor Project. LGBTQ+ young people are more than 4 times as likely to attempt suicide than their peers. 1.8 million LGBTQ+ young people ages 13 to 24 seriously consider suicide each year in the United States, and at least one attempts suicide every 40 seconds. In 2023, 41% of LGBTQ+ young people seriously considered attempting suicide, including half of transgender and non-binary youth. Data shows that bisexual youth report higher rates of depressed mood, bullying, sexual assault, and physical harm. Almost half, 48% of bi young people seriously considered attempting suicide in 2023, and 27% attempted suicide. Among gay and lesbian youth, 37% seriously considered suicide and 19% attempted. And among straight youth, 14% seriously considered suicide and 6% attempted. So 6 versus 19, 19 versus 37%. Transgender and non-binary young people face elevated risk for depression, thoughts of suicide, and attempting suicide compared to those who are cisgender and straight, including cisgender members of the LGBTQ+ community. 11% of white youth attempted suicide compared to 22% of Native Indigenous youth. Native Indigenous youth who are two-spirited LGBTQIA+ consistently report the highest suicide risk. The statistics continue with their startling percentages. But now is definitely not the time to lose heart, but rather to stay strong for ourselves and oftentimes for others. May our LGBTQIA2S+ children and our LGBTQIA2S+ brothers and sisters likewise continue to stay strong and safe and loved. May we all continue to may we all continue to uphold light.
Thank you. Thank you, AnnMarie. And now is the time in our service where we would like to share our joys and our concerns, all that is on our heart. And I know it's a lot. I know there's a lot happening, and there's a lot to be on our hearts. So if you have a brief personal joy or concern that you would like to share, I invite you to raise your hand, and Pedro is going to bring you the mic, since I'm a bit of a gimp today, doing better than last week, but he will bring you the microphone. And if you have something on Zoom, please share in the chat, and Katie will read it for us. Thank you. Before you begin, I want to share one thing. That's okay. That we hold Dick Barton's family in our hearts. Many of you saw the email I sent earlier. Dick died on June 9th, just before midnight, after a long illness. And Dick was a founding member of this congregation and a leader for decades and very beloved. So we will miss him. And we hold Carol and her family in our hearts. Thank you. And I want to say that we hold all of our active protesters in our hearts. Raise your hand if you were out there somewhere yesterday. So look at that, amazing, so amazing. Thank you, thank you. And we send you love and gratitude with you in our hearts. Thank you. Okay.
My name is Marion, and I have a sad. My cousin David, who was one of the upper Coxes, we were the lower Coxes. We lived down the hill from the upper Coxes, so we were cousins and we grew up together. David was the youngest in the family of 6 upper Coxes. We grew up together. He lived in San Diego. He went out for a bike ride last Sunday and had a massive heart attack while he was riding his bike.
Oh, no.
He was 6 years younger than I am. I'm 78, so he must have been 72. It's just a real shock because he was so healthy and so a shock. Thank you.
So sorry. We hold you and all the Coxes in our hearts. Thank you.
Mine is a combination, joy and sorrow. Bob and I are getting ready to move. We're going to move 1 mile north. We'll be living at the Winslow, which is a senior living facility in Fort Collins. And we are leaving the best neighborhood we ever lived in. I have more friends than I've ever had anywhere. And I'm gonna miss my friends, even though we know we'll still get together. Sooner or later, that kind of tapers off. So that's the sorrow part, is leaving our friends and leaving so many things that we have owned in our 61 years of marriage. It's amazing. We just delivered at least 25 boxes of books to the library that we couldn't even pick up, and we still have more. So.
That's a lot of books. Well, we hold you guys, we hold you in our hearts. Thank you.
The fact that I needed a new renter was put in the newsletter, and I got the most wonderful renter that anybody could ever dream of.
Good.
Bill Silver. He's just marvelous.
Wonderful, wonderful. We hold you and him in our hearts. Thank you. Good. Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Janet. Next August, a year from this August, my middle granddaughter is getting married to this fabulous man named Ryan Macelis. You can look him up on YouTube. He's a wonderful musician. And he's, they live in somewhere down there by Denver. So he always puts in there when he's going to be appearing somewhere. So I'm very happy for my sweet granddaughter, Katie. Sweet granddaughter Katie, love her dearly. But this is going to be so wonderful. That's it.
Awesome. We hold all of you in our hearts.
I'm Ryan. Katie and I spent a wonderful day at the Ren Fair yesterday with Milo and all their friends, and it was fascinating to watch people just be people. There were furries, there were pirates, there were everybody dressed up, and everybody was just mixing and just having a really good time being their authentic selves. So we just talked about it when we got home about how it would be really nice if everywhere was like that, just people just being people and just enjoying their lives.
Beautiful.
Oh, that was a joy, by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's a very joyful thing, and we hold all of them in our hearts. Oh, happy birthday, Milo. Wow.
Hi, I'm Kathy, and this is Nathan, and I know a lot of you have been concerned about him, and he's doing really, really well, and I really appreciate all the care and love that you've expressed and given to him and to me all this time. So, yay, Nathan.
Yeah. Woo-hoo. And Nathan, we always hold you in our hearts. And Kathy, you too.
Hi, I'm Sue, and I've got so much joy I can't even stand it. So with all of this misery and horribleness and every single day news bashing us, yesterday, oh my God, was a wonderful, wonderful day to be in Loveland, Colorado. So many of you were there. People that we knew, I swear to God, there were like 25 or 30 of our congregation was there.
At where?
Oh, I'm sorry, at the
okay.
Dwayne Webster Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was about 1,000 people there.
For the protest.
Yes, for the protest, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You're in my mind, aren't you? You're in my mind. But I love, it was so wonderful. I mean, people were smiling. I was a security marshal. I didn't have anything to do except for people, stay on the sidewalk, stay on the sidewalk. There was nothing to break up. Everyone, the love that was emitted from that park, it was wonderful, wasn't it? It was so great, and I'm so happy that all of you were there. Also, the next wonderful thing is this Friday is my son's CD release party. And if you want to go on Aquatic Light, on Spotify, his band is called Aquatic Lights. There's 3 songs on there now, but on Friday, the whole album will be on there. So it's a wonderful week.
Awesome. We hold all that joy in our hearts with you. Good. And I think Mim had her hand up earlier, up here. Yeah.
I'm Andrea, and this is a shout out to my husband. I'm probably going to start crying. There's so much grass to mow on our 3 acres of property. I'm exhausted. My husband must have spent 5 hours, 6 hours trying to fix our tractor so we can put our big mower on and mow 4 feet of weeds in our back property. Today I have to fix a fence, take off a wheel, and turn on the sprinklers and just do normal chores. Anyway, I'm exhausted. But again, we had our 42nd anniversary, and he is just amazing. So anyway, yeah.
Happy anniversary. And we hold both of you in our hearts, and may you get through all of your chores well. I think Mim had her hand.
Where is she? Oh, there she is.
I would like to ask everyone to hold my older son in their heart. He was molested by my husband when we were still married, and he's still recovering from that. And it is so hard to see him trapped in such sadness. So help him with your love. Thank you.
Thank you, Mim. We hold your son in our hearts, and may he recover. I know this is a daily prayer for you. May he recover. Yeah, thank you. Oh, okay.
Sue's announcement reminded me that our son, who is in a band out of Denver called Break Signals, and it's BREAK, not a car break. And they're going to be performing this Friday night at, I think it's called Salt River or Saltwater Brewing in Old Town in Fort Collins at the old
Awesome.
firehouse area.
Thanks
So,
for telling us.
Very
That's great.
proud of that.
Great. Well, get all your kids and their bands, have them come play here. That'd be great. Okay, so, oh, did we have another?
I just
Oh, go
want
ahead.
everyone here to stand up and cheer for Ryan.
We will. We will. I promise you, we will.
I just want to say this, it's a joy to have Claire here with us today.
Yeah. Pedro, can we go up here now?
Oh, yes.
Thank you. Okay, so you can bring the microphone back. Did we have any others? Am I rushing? Did Vicky, did you have your hand? Oh, I'm sorry, I did not see that. Okay, Vicky has something and then, okay.
Yes, I'm Vicki, and first of all, I want to thank the universe for my incredible gay son. He changed our world, and for the brighter and better. And because of him, helping care for my husband now, his dad, I'm going to get to go next Sunday for our family reunion in the Sevierville, Tennessee area. So I'm really happy about that.
Great, wonderful, wonderful. We hold all of you in our hearts. Thank you.
All right, I'll speak loud so hopefully you guys can hear me. I have two on Zoom. Marcia says, my son Jeff is celebrating his first Father's Day. His son Logan Miles Lewis was born on May 30th, and they live in Parker.
Great, happy birthday and happy Father's Day. Yeah.
And we do have Carol Barton with us on Zoom. She says,
Hi, Carol.
my joy is that I was able to spend over 53 years with my wonderful husband, Dick. My sorrow is that earlier this week, I lost him.
Yes. Yes, and we hold, Carol, we hold you and all of your family in our hearts, and we grieve with you, those of us that knew Dick, and that he's greatly missed and greatly loved, as are you. We hold you in our hearts. Thank you. So I invite us to just take a moment and be with all of the joys and sorrows that are in your own heart and in your neighbor's heart, those sitting around you, as we take a breath in and let it go. And one more breath in and let it go. As we rest in gratitude for being together in this community. May it be so. Amen. Well, we haven't said this already, so happy Father's Day. To all of you parents who father your children, we honor you. And a few weeks ago, on Mother's Day, we discussed the divine feminine. And today being Father's Day, it seems reasonable to consider the divine masculine. But what is the divine masculine? Yeah, good question. So just for fun, I did a quick consult on Google, and here are a few things that came up from a number of sources. Divine masculine emphasizes acting with integrity, being true to oneself, and leading from a place of authenticity rather than dominance. Kind of reminds me what Pedro was talking about earlier. And the divine masculine is not ego-driven, but rather guided by humility and a fierce commitment to love and well-being. It involves protection, protecting and nurturing others, not through aggression, but through a deep care and a desire for their well-being. The divine masculine works in harmony with the divine feminine, recognizing that both energies are essential for a balanced and complete life. Well, reading that, first thing I thought was, well, we could use a lot more of all that. And it sounds like the divine masculine is Unitarian Universalist, I'm just saying. And many of you, whatever your gender, embody these qualities. And in fact, thinking about it, I'm guessing that every person here, no matter your pronouns, can relate to these qualities within yourself, or at least as ideals and aspirations, as values that we care about. But perhaps what truly matters here is that we are all our divine selves. Masculine, feminine, divine, we are all our divine selves when we call upon whatever qualities are needed in each moment to be our best and wisest. Recognizing that we are an ever-changing myriad of gender identities, impulses, feelings, and sensibilities. And how amazing is that? It reminds me of a writing of someone that I read, and I'm sorry I can't quote them because I don't remember who said it, but we are not nouns, we're verbs. We're constantly moving and changing and shifting. Well, when I was growing up, most of my friends were boys. I generally could relate to them better. I just had a hard time relating to a lot of girls. But I didn't have the freedom to openly explore, much less express, my own unique blend of divine masculine and divine feminine. I was expected, as most of you were too, to conform and to fit into a gender role that we were assigned at birth. So I really delight in all those, especially our youth and young adults, who feel the freedom to question and deeply explore their own sense of identity, even as it's maybe changing and shifting, their unique blend of the divine within themselves. And I am proud of our congregation and our denomination for our commitment to support that freedom. Namakwa went through the work and voted to become a welcoming congregation a number of years back. Can anyone tell me that year? Anybody remember? It's been a while. All right, we'll say 2012. I don't know. It's been a while. So congratulations for doing that work. And but this means that we actively work throughout the year to welcome and support our lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersexual, asexual, and two-spirit Indigenous beloved friends and family. Our LGBTQIA2S+ beloved siblings are under attack, as you heard from AnnMarie, from our government and from those who support their cruel and hateful perspective. Safe spaces and safe communities are needed more than ever. And I want to say that we save lives by being that warm, safe, and welcoming place. We don't often think about it, but I have met so many people who have said, Unitarian Universalists saved my life. We heard the statistics about suicide. We are needed more than ever. This is who we are. And I thank each and every one of you for making it so and for living these important values in the world. So today is also a celebration of that. And this congregation has a legacy of living its values, of welcoming in and welcoming all in powerful ways. You showed this again when you invited and welcomed Ryan Marvel to be your music director in November of 2021. You unexpectedly experienced a great deal of pushback and challenge from outside forces. By inviting Ryan to be your music director, you had to take a stand, and you did. Your choice, grounded in the values of love, compassion, and mercy, and grace, invited a healing magic that has defined this congregation ever since. I'm going to say that again. Your choice, grounded in the values of love, compassion, and mercy, invited a healing magic that has defined this congregation ever since. How lucky are we that you held firm? For none of us will be the same, and we are all better for it. Ryan, your incredible mastery of music and your beautiful and loving spirit have blessed this congregation with beauty and grace, bringing a spiritual depth beyond words. Sunday after Sunday, for most of 4 years, you have done this, and we cannot thank you enough. Long before any of this ever happened, Ryan played at Steve and our wedding in 2011. Yeah. And I always thought then how lucky a minister would be to be able to work with Ryan Marvel. And I am grateful that I have had the chance to do that for almost 3 years. It's been a joy. And you feel like a musical brother to me. It has been such a privilege and a joy to work with you. And working with you has helped bring me back to music. And I thank you. Being a part of the choir, which many of you are, I too experienced the special atmosphere that you created in rehearsals and in performances. You, my dear friend, embody Unitarian Universalist values and live them profoundly. That model for all of us how to be our best selves. You model that for us. Thank you. So thank you for your ministry among us. We are better humans for all that we have been through together, and we will miss you dearly. We wish you all the best in your new endeavors. And please know, you always have a safe home full of people who love you right here. May it be so. I invite us to sing, "There is More Love Somewhere."
I knew it might be a mistake to speak after that. But these two last hymns we are singing today are my absolute favorites. As you can imagine, 22 and a half years of playing UU hymns on Sundays, there are a few hymns that I will not be sad to say goodbye to. But I'm not going to tell you which ones those are. First thing I'd like to say is the brightest spot of my life is being a father, and my beautiful daughter makes that possible, but also my amazing father who's watching on Zoom made that possible and showed me the way to that. So love you, Dad. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers. Dana, thank you for the words, and thank you for this chance to create beautiful sacred space together. My musical sister, it's been a joy and blessing to come full circle with you. So thank you for your guidance.
Yeah.
In December 5th, 2021 was the first time I stood up here with you all, and it was a service that this young man over here and Reverend Laurel led called Ubuntu. I am because we are. And Claire, I'm so grateful that I had the chance to work with you, and I'm so excited that our creative endeavors will continue. And I'll use a phrase that you use often and say, you, my friend, are life-giving. And I cannot leave today without thanking Laura Liefert for her bravery. She took a chance by inviting me to apply for this position 4 years ago. And it was not without risk, and she walked her talk, and she stood up and did the right thing. And I have great admiration for her as she has walked forward to her next chapter of ministry, and she leaves her legacy here for all of us to follow. So thank you, Laurel, wherever you are, you might be preaching today. This service has been about acceptance, love, compassion, and I'm going to add one more word: curiosity. And that's what describes not only this service, but this community, this congregation. You showed me that from the beginning. Curiosity is who I was as a human, who I was as a musician. And that gave me the chance to forget what I needed to forget, remember why I was here, and gave me the space to heal and grow, and for all of us to be able to create meaningful experiences through music and community. So for that, I have the deepest respect and admiration and gratitude to all of you. You've touched me very deeply. Thank you for the music, and thank you for all of the spirit and love that you've shown me. And keep singing. Keep singing, and for everything that comes your way, I wish you nothing but goodness and just a little bit of unrest. I love you all. Thank you.
So, Ryan, I'm probably going to say this with my head down the whole time, because if I look at you too much, I'll start getting all teary. So, Ryan, I want to personally, and on behalf of the congregation, thank you for the gift of music that you've brought to each of us. You've grown our choir and brought out the very best of each voice. You've had us all singing in rounds, even when we grumbled. You've shared your original compositions during services. And you've almost had us dancing in the aisles with many of your lively arrangements. I also want to thank you for the trust that you placed in us by sharing openly and honestly your vulnerabilities. I think we're all better people for the journey we've taken together. So please accept these gifts of appreciation from the entire congregation as you go off to begin your new adventures. We will miss you, and we love you. Gifts.
Do you want to explain that Carol Barton drew that?
Yeah, and that's a drawing that Carol Barton did some years ago. And we'd like to share. And a little something for your future endeavors.
And many thanks to all who contributed to that little something. Yes, thank you. And here are cards that people have been writing for you. And if you have more, just give them right to Ryan if you haven't turned it in yet. And Marion?
Choir met a couple weeks ago, and we had a barbecue, and we gave Ryan a nice gift then, but we have one more gift for you. And I'll tell you what it is, even though it's wrapped. It's the teal hymnal, but we all signed on our favorite hymns. And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your gentle and supportive leadership and picking the wonderful music you picked and making us all better singers. Thank you.
Now I know which ones are your favorites.
Okay. And let's sing one of Ryan, the other favorite of Ryan's and many of your favorites. Let's rise and sing Blue Boat Homes. Though below me I feel no motion, landing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling motion, then thy highlands come on up. Let you sit down for just a moment. I have some closing words for you. That is a beautiful poem that AnnMarie found for us, written by Rosemary Watola Tromer. And then we have a special song to sing Ryan out. By the way, after the service, we have a wonderful coffee hour, but it's also a big celebration celebrating Ryan. There's a big cake, and I hope you all join us and over there so you can visit. Today, we lose the words, yours and mine, and find in their absence a song that can only be sung together. How did we ever think we could attempt this humanness alone? To the table of love, we bring soup, bring cherries, bring the bread of our own sweet communion. We bring scissors to cut away the tresses of the past, and we bring dark wine to toast the courage of showing up exposed. And when we forget the words to the song, well, there is always laughter. And when we forget to laugh, well, there is always the union of tears, the way many rivers become one river, the way many voices become one song. May it be so. Would you like to sing us out, Roger?
Yes.
I invite us to stand one last time as we sing.
This is a song by my favorite singer-songwriter, John Smith. He's one of those one-named singers, John Smith. And he has a sideline besides being a touring musician of taking tours to Ireland, people on tours to Ireland. And he says that people in Ireland have a way of parting ways frequently, rather than saying see you later or whatever, they say safe home. We've come through the valleys, come through the fields, crossed over rivers to find ourselves here. We sang songs of sorrow, sang songs of love. Let's sing one more together to send ourselves off. Safe home, safe home, safe home will you go. May the light of the moon smile down on your road. Safe home, safe home, safe home will you go. Until I next see you, safe home will you go. We've tried down our worries, our troubles, our fears, like shells on the strand washed by laughter and tears. But the tides have returned now to lift us away. Back to our houses and families we pray. Safe home, safe home, safe home will you go. May the light of the moon smile down on your road. Safe home, safe home, safe home will you go. Until I next see you, safe home will you go. Once more, safe home, safe home, safe home will you go. May the light of the moon smile down on your road. Safe home, safe home, safe home will you go. Until I next see you, safe home will you go. Until I next see you, safe home will you go. Till the next time I see you, safe home